bear in mind, all that done, that's just a drawing. It is podcast day, which is a good thing. It means I got things to do, things to record, but I have just got some stuff I gotta get done. So before I can get that stuff done, I just gotta look at my list. I gotta get everything finished up. I got laundry to do, lots of stuff. Oh man. But yeah, podcast day. Got some good emails, and I got an audio clip or that I'm gonna play because it's pretty. It hits the emails right on the nose. But first, let me get this stuff taken care of.
It's not about the big goals or bold plans. It's just about doing the next thing. Folding the laundry, checking the list, sweeping the floor. Because the life you want isn't built all at once. It's built in the quiet, steady moments where you just get things done.
Nationals coming up, actually next week. Made some t-shirts. Well, I'm making some t-shirts. I made a logo, pretty cool logo. Got this made. Sent it off to a company that makes them where you can iron them onto a shirt. It's pretty simple, so I'm gonna get that done right now. Go. 3 shirts. Even one little 5T size shirt. Here you go, I'll show you. There they are. 3 Harriman Rugby 2025 national shirts. All made and ready to go. There's not too much I can't do. I'm not
Devin's the kind of guy who will clean the house, record a podcast, solve your relationship drama. Some people juggle. He just makes it look easy. But trust me, it's anything but.
Grind. And yet, I'm still paycheck to paycheck. I used to believe hustling was the path to freedom, but now it just feels like I'm spinning my wheels while everyone else profits off of my exhaustion. Is hustle culture just modern day burnout with better branding? Thanks, Logan in Dallas. So, here's the thing. When it comes to the hustle, we all got to hustle. Nowadays, it seems like you have to have 2 to 3 jobs, no matter what, like you're doing right now, like you're talking about. You have to have 2 to 3 jobs just to survive, and it's crazy. We've been told the biggest lie in the world, and the biggest lie in the world is you go to college, you get a good job, you work your job for 20 years, 30 years, then you retire. Then when you retire, you'll be able to do things, you'll be able to afford your house, blah, 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 blah. That's the biggest lie in the world. What you need to do is work, stash money, find things that you can do cheaper, because it's all about the expense. Literally, your entire income and your living is 100% dictated upon what you're spending. We're trying to get out of that hamster wheel. The biggest lie is we're in this big giant hamster wheel where we need things, we do things, and we want to just continue to get those things because those things will make us happy. You know, it's real true happiness? Not having to worry about anything. Who cares about that crap? That's over. That's done with. That's ended. We don't need that anymore. I tell my wife, no one deserves our money more than we do. I'm tired of writing checks to pay utility bills. I'm tired of writing checks to pay, things that don't matter anymore or ever, really. It's time to build a house, get off the grid. I'm telling you right now, if you can find a piece of property and you can pay next to nothing for it, fairly cheap, inexpensive, whatever. You can find land across the entire country. You just have to look for it. That's like less than $7,000, maybe an acre or quarter acre or whatever. Could be more than that. Purchase the dang land, put you a place on it, make it off grid, seriously, and you'll eliminate some of the biggest bills you've ever had. Build you a house. I mean, seriously, this is the real goal. This is true living here. Where all you have to do is pay taxes at the end of the year. And honestly, from my understanding, there's a way to get out of that too, but it takes a little bit of work. But that being said, you just got to stop doing what you're doing. You're spinning your wheels. And, sadly, what it comes down to is look at the stuff that you are going after in your life, man. You're chasing someone else's dream. And that's usually a billionaire's dream. And not the billionaires are bad, because they've made it. They've done their job. They have figured out how to benefit from the work and the resources of others. You got to do the same thing. And it probably won't take much to live. People think, well, when I'm rich, what being rich really is owing nobody and being able to go outside and say, I don't got to do anything today. And you walk over to your garden and say, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Hey, how about some carrots? Oh, let's have a good salad with this head of lettuce and the carrots and stuff. And you're like, oh, the chickens have laid some eggs. Oh, that chicken stopped laying, so now you're going to become dinner. That's true freedom. If you owned your house and your land and you have those things, you're good. That's actually being rich. That's true freedom. So, yeah. All right, been working hard trying to get the design done. Been watching everything, been reading everything, got all this stuff going on that we're trying to figure out. Trying to get, just the odds and ends of everything that we're doing figured out. Got the design down. It's going to take some engineering from my brain. I'm no engineer to get this done, but based off of what I've read, I think I can get it done. Think it's going to be not going to be too terribly bad. But I've got 6 containers. So we got one container here, got another container here. You got one container here, one container here. Now, being that it's going to be an open floor plan, that's the part that concerns me. So it means I may have to shift the steps over a little bit. Not a problem, because I got a column beam here to support the top. I'm gonna have to put another one about right here to support the top, right? That being said, with those, they'll be good. This one will be fine, because I'll adjust according to the way this is done, right? Yeah. So it again, it's going to be very interesting when it comes to the actual starting of the build day, the foundation, getting that figured out, getting all that stuff. I mean, I've got as the layout sits right now, I've got room for everything that needs to go in the house. Even wood burning stoves, probably going to have a couple of those in the house. Probably going to put 3 wood burning stoves in the house. But overall, I think we're good. The main floor is finished. I do need to work on the layout of the foundation. So I need to draw out the foundation page. I also need to draw out the second floor and get that done. Yeah, so there's still a lot to do from the drawings, but it's still not terrible. I mean, this will be, actually, it's gonna look good when it's done. Just takes time. It's a time thing. Everything's a time thing. It's all gonna be. I've never undertaken anything this big. I've worked on houses before. I've done a lot of work on old houses. But I've never built a container home. And you just don't know what you don't know. So, that being said, here we go. It's definitely going to be interesting. But I'm going to get this whole thing done. All that, bear in mind, all that done, that's just a drawing. That means I got to actually build this thing. I've got to get the containers pulled in. I've got to get but before, the first thing I have to do is obviously clear a driveway, clear the house spot, do a lot of clearing. Then I got to bring in a 20-foot container on pillars, just off the ground a little bit, and weld that down to get that set up for our power plant, essentially. Yeah, I mean, that's the utilities are literally the first thing I got to put in for the house. I can do that while I have contractors putting in the septic tank, because I don't do that. That's not I know you can in some states. I don't know the laws for Tennessee. Alabama, you can do it, but they have to be inspected, obviously, which is fine. But it has to be based on on code. But Tennessee, I'm just going to pay someone to put the septic tank in. There's people who do it, and they'll get it done in a matter of a day or two. So there's that. So all that being said, though, now is my time to create a list. I've been saving things and put things, make a list, put the websites on it, do things like that, and try to compile it all together and see what I can come up with, because there's still a ton of work to be done, a lot of things to be purchased, a lot of things to be just so much has to be done. But so now again, make time to make the list and trying to get that of products that we're going to have.
There's something powerful about putting pen to paper, not just to sketch walls and rooms, but to draw out a future. Devin isn't just designing a house, he's designing a life, one line at a time.
So pretty much everything's done. Got a couple of little minor things to do. Got a podcast room, small podcast room, which is fine. Ethan's got a room, a little sitting area before it goes on the front porch. Got a bathroom, full shower, sinks. Elizabeth's room or guest room, closet for her room. This is the washer and dryer on the second floor. Stairs going down, that takes you down to the main floor, as we showed you before. Living room den, little room for library and sitting area and stuff. Dining room table, island kitchen, a half bath, full bath with shower for the master bedroom. That'll be a closet unit we're putting in. I'm also putting little small wood stoves. Probably gonna do that in every bedroom. So there's little tiny stoves everywhere. There's that. And then go to the next one. Pretty much the layout of the pillars that I gotta put in to mount these containers to. So these are for the deck right here. This is the main ones for the outside, and then this is like a plumbing trench that'll be fully enclosed in to keep all the plumbing from freezing in the wintertime. But then let's take you to the last one. We're still working on that. This one is pretty much the house layout. So that's the house, back patio. Those are the covered decks right there, up around the porch. Driveway coming in, walkway to the front. This is the garage, which will also be built out of containers. Now this is pretty much our utilities. You got 4 5,050 gallon water containers. We have this, I call it a well, but it's not really a well. This will be pulling moisture out of the air to fill this up on top of our collecting rainwater. So we'll have both. And then this will be one 20-foot container for the battery house. So battery house and pump house are up next to each other. So this is literally the utility bill right here. So being that we're off grid, this is it, because we're gonna have solar on top of the garage and on top of the house, and I'll probably have a solar array over here off of one of these fence walls. So yeah.